we see the megaturd in her natural environment about to feed on an insect. Oh, near miss.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I just decided I wanted to do a video with lots of funnies. So I decided I'm going to just do 2 chapters. And I found this fella. He was one of the guys that opened up for me. And he's hysterical, you guys. So I'm going to use some of him. And I found some really funny commercials. And I just want to have fun. So if anybody's new here, I do my stuff in chapter form. At the end of each chapter, I have what I call commercials, and that's what I've been talking about. And this time, we're going to have a few extra, and they're going to be really funny. So let's just get to it. So this chapter is Oprah, more bump talk, and more fake awards. Well, he's giving the award, but they're not fake, but we'll get into that. Okay, so I know there's a lot of brouhaha right now about Harry there who gave an award, who was paid to give an award as far as I'm aware, and who did it from his backyard, although it wasn't his backyard. But there's more to it. So I am going to just, because there's also a whole thing on Invictus right now. So I'm just going to kind of put it in a little bow for us, shall we? So I'm going to start at the beginning. Here it says, tearful Invictus Games medic says, emotional thank you to hospital staff who saved her life. An army medic who charmed Prince Harry was reduced to tears as she expressed her gratitude to the doctors who saved her life. This story is kind of funny how it works, you guys. But anyway, a tearful Sergeant Mark said, because they saved my life and I was hoping the medal, because she was going to give, or did give the medal to the hospital, could be a token of gratitude for everything they did for me and that it would mean more coming from their prince. Now, this was in 2016, I believe. Obviously, when H was not H and he was Prince Harry and we all thought he was an okay guy. Anyway, so did she. So she got hurt in the battle. Well, she was a medic and she got her hips hurt and she ended up going into Invictus and winning the gold medal. Anyway, she wanted Prince Harry, right, because he's the head of Invictus, to give the medal to the hospital because they saved her life. Now, what a fantastic story that is, isn't it? Just says, an army medic who charmed Prince Harry was reduced to tears as she expressed her gratitude to the doctors who saved her life. Okay, so that's important to know because it says Prince Harry presents a prestigious Soldier of the Year award from his Montecito mansion yard, which is absolute bullshit because that wasn't his yard. But, so it's like, oh, okay, that's something, probably not great. This is a UK soldier. What's he doing, giving a prestigious award to a US soldier, and then has the audacity to wear his medals that were given to him from his granny, basically, because the whole family gets them. There's only one that he got from, serving, and we'll get more into that. But yeah, okay, so, all right, he's given the medal. So this is where I got really pissed off because it says here, Prince Harry didn't travel far to present Military Times' prestigious Soldier of the Year award on Thursday. The Duke of Sussex stood in the backyard of his and Meghan Markle's $14 million Montecito mansion. That's a bunch of crap, by the way. Okay. As he honored his friend, Sergeant First Class Elizabeth Marks. Harry awarded the U.S. combat medic a 4-time Invictus Games. 4 times she won it. I didn't know that. Games gold medalist and 5-time Paralympic medalist in a special presentation of the award, calling her a beacon of inspiration. So this is the girl that years ago gave him her gold medal to give to the hospital that saved her life. because she thought that it would be more from him than her. And this asshole can't even get on a private jet to go somewhere in this same bloody country to actually do this, because this isn't an award he's even supposed to present, you guys. But besides that, it happens to be somebody who has won in his Invictus games. So it should be even more special, right? Like, what the hell? And he does it from it's not even his backyard. Like, was he even wearing pants? How do we know? Just unbelievable. So these are the same medals that he wore when he went to the funeral. And it's the same medals everyone gets in the family. The queen literally pays for the medals herself, you guys. Well, she's gone now, but she did. To give them to people in her family. Which includes Andrew and me again. And Harry. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they are basically the Diamond Jubilee, the Platinum Jubilee, the Golden Jubilee awards. That's what it is. That's what he's wearing. And then he's got one for Afghanistan service. Basically, thank you for coming but you know what? That was about it. That's what he's wearing. Honest to God. But there was one he didn't wear, and that was the coronation medal. As a snub to his dad. Does this asshole not learn anything? I mean, look what he did to his grandparents, and then they died before he even had a chance to say goodbye. So he's just going to do this to his father who has cancer? This guy's so low. He is so low. Like, look, you can't tell if he's wearing pants. I'm serious. Like, I give him that much credit that he wouldn't even wear pants. He can't be bothered. Honest to God, you can't be bothered to go. Oh my. Unless he was asked not to. Right? But he should be wearing that medal. He shouldn't be wearing those other ones if he's not going to wear that one. So this was that story that I said last time, and I didn't really get the ramifications of it, and now I do. Because it said, yeah, interesting that Harry gives an award to Elizabeth Marks, the same Elizabeth Marks that MM allegedly, no alleged, photoshopped her head on a photo with Harry. Yeah, did she really do this? Yes, she did. So that's the same girl. So I'm thinking, Harry, how can you even look this girl in the face or even give her an award knowing what your wife did? Because this was the picture like I showed you guys last time. Probably the only one where it actually looks pretty good because she's horrible Photoshopper. So of course I had to write something. I said, I bet Has No Hair did not want to face this amazing woman who his dirtbag wife essentially stole her picture so she could Photoshop herself into it. Ugh, the nerve. More time goes on, the more time I want to give these two eye jammies. Like, I'm serious. So I went digging a little bit more and I found this. It said he was not invited to the award ceremony in Washington, LOL. They said a recorded message will suffice. Thanks. And I'm like, why? Why would that be? And then I found out too that Archwell made a donation to Fisher House. So look on below who organizes this. Fisher House. All right then. And then I saw this and I cracked up because they're like, H. We'll be arriving for ceremony at 5 p.m. Need private jet. 5K a night hotel, fancy restaurant, massive security. Them. That won't be necessary. A video will be fine. Someone else said, He's not former U.S. military. It makes no sense to have him present anything. Someone says, where do they say he wasn't invited? A video message will do. And then someone else says, in other words, they were not willing to pay the expenses to attend the ceremony that he insists on. Because what, he thinks he's God or something. I don't know. Like, pathetic. So then the story kind of rolls around and it goes, the royal was repeatedly reportedly gearing up to jet off to his home soil in May to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games. But according to insiders, Harry's now having second thoughts as he's concerned over his safety after being stripped of taxpayer-funded security protection in the UK. Okay, that's an excuse, you guys. I wrote, he's too much of a coward, in my opinion. While Harry's rumored trip is still unconfirmed, it's believed that celebrations will take place at St. Paul's Cathedral. It's unclear if the trip will yet be another solo adventure following hot on the heels of his 24-hour dash in February. No, it won't be a 24-hour adventure or whatever venture it's going to be, or a solo. It's going to be nothing. That's what it's going to be. And there's a reason for that, too. So I just wanted to show this. It says why Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and Prince Andrew are likely to receive Jubilee medals from the Queen. The commemorative medals will be rewarded to members of Queen Elizabeth's family in honor of her milestone 70 years as monarch. It has absolutely nothing to do with anything that they've done. Just be born. So I saw these and I went, has no hair, Rochel and Uncle Andy's medals up close. Once it's the taking part that counts. The other one is, if you had fun, you won participation. Participation medals, that's what they are. And then there's this, you guys. Invictus Games CEO makes shocking changes at 11th hour. Royals too much involvement. The Duke of Sussex set up the games in 2014. So what you see down there, of course, is Zara. Sorry, blah, blah, blah. And Mike Tyndall, who, well, we all know is, well, maybe we all don't, but Queen Elizabeth's granddaughter, lovely, lovely lady, and her husband, who is very, very athletic. Let's just say that. I believe he was a rugby player or soccer player. We call it soccer, football. Anyway, the point is, I heard this from Angela Levin. I'm going to put her on in a couple seconds so you can hear it if you haven't. But it looks like, you guys, they are going, because they put him, they're easing Mike in so that asshole gets out. So I really have a good feeling that Invictus has had enough. And they just went, screw you. So let's check this out. It's only a minute long.
Some former veterans who would like Harry to step down.
Yes, I mean, Mike Tyndall, who is married to the niece of King Charles, he's been made patron of the Invictus Games, and I wonder if that's a way of actually easing Harry out. He's been very nice about Harry, but it's become much too royal. Much too royal. I mean, Meghan makes the speeches. She actually led a march where some of the ex-military people were either physically or emotionally or psychologically or all of it damaged during the fighting. And they were very upset about this because she knows nothing about how to march. She looks as if she was at a dress show for Christian Dior, slinking along. And I think they don't want that. They don't want to hear that she's late because she had to give her children a milkshake for 3 days before she could get out there. I mean, nobody really wants to know. She also did a speech on how to be strong and fight against things, which was actually, I think, rather insulting. And I think it's become much much too taken away from what is the idea, which is to help these people live another life. Harry was brilliant of them when I went round with him to talk to them. He was marvellous at giving them a feeling that life was worth living. I couldn't believe how good he was in 3 or 4 minutes talking to them. But now it's all about Meghan mainly, and Harry follows behind. And I don't think people want to do that.
So isn't that something? Like, honestly, if that happens, you guys, I'm thrilled. That means he's never going to be coming to Canada for that excuse or anywhere else. Like, honestly, this guy drives me mental. So there is still some more coming up, littered here and there about the medals he gave away in the blinds. But basically, that's what I wanted to say about it. It kind of came full circle for me. Like, this girl from years ago that, he was so good with and everything else. And now he can't even be bothered to go and give her this a wonderful award. Like, I don't know. And the thing is, if it was because of him insisting on whatever, then maybe he shouldn't be insisting on whatever, right? Because that's like, that girl is more important. It should be. She should be. And that's what the whole Invictus thing was about too. So when I saw that, I was like, I am totally doing this, because usually Angela Levin is pretty, dead on. And I'm just hoping and praying. Because, if he loses Invictus, I mean, what good is he after that? Let's be real. It's the only thing that's even half decent, and he already ruins that. Ugh. Okay, on to Oprah. This is from the New York Post. It says it's unclear how close Markle actually is with Winfrey, but given the talk show queen's incredible influence, the savvy Duchess would no doubt love an American Riviera orchard. Well, that's hard to, say, orchard. Shout out from the superstar. And then it says here, which superstars received Meghan Markle's first jars of jam? Some A-listers are sure to be jelly. Puke. So I saw this, and it's allegedly, I put allegedly, but I'm going to read it out, and then you guys decide what you think. It says, Meghan Markle fumes as Oprah Winfrey ignores her jam, #1 jar thrown into the bin. Tensions between Meghan Markle and Oprah Winfrey have reached a boiling point, with reports emerging of a rift between the two influential figures. Really, two of them? Okay. Over a seemingly trivial matter, jam. According to insider sources, Meghan had eagerly sent Oprah a jar of her homemade jam, hoping to garner her support and strengthen their bond. However, much to Meghan's dismay, Oprah reportedly dismissed the gesture, leaving the Duchess of Sussex fuming and disheartened. Oh, you mean she didn't do the coffee thing that she did at first? The incident, though seemingly insignificant, has sparked speculation about the true nature of Meghan and Oprah's relationship and the underlying dynamics at play. Meghan has cultivated a close relationship with Oprah in recent years. Yeah, okay. Had hoped that the gift of her homemade jam would serve as a token of appreciation and solidarity. However, Oprah's apparent indifference to the gesture has left Meghan feeling snubbed and overlooked. Sources close to Meghan reveal that she's poured her heart and soul into crafting the perfect batch of jam. Who believes that, really? Using ingredients from her own garden. Okay. And following a cherished family recipe. Oh, a cherished family recipe. Okay. The gesture was meant to symbolize Meghan's desire to forge a deeper connection with Oprah and express her gratitude for the media mogul's support during challenging times. I wrote #1 BFF, right? However, Oprah's decision to ignore the gift has left Meghan questioning the authenticity of their friendship and reevaluating her relationship with the talk show icon. The rejection of her homemade jam has served as a stark reminder of the challenges Meghan faces in navigating the complexities of her new life outside the royal family and the expectations placed upon her by those in her inner circle. I think it's hilarious if it's true. Oh my goodness. Okay, commercials. Yeah. Oh, looks like I had an extra page here. Sorry. For Meghan, the incident represents more than just a snub. It underscores the delicate balance she must strike between her public persona and her private identity. As she continues to carve out her own path and redefine her role on the global stage, Meghan grapples with the pressures of fame and the scrutiny of those around her, including influential figures like Oprah Winfrey. Okay, then.
It's never going to be over.
Fucking hell, Megaturd, as usual, we make absolutely no sense whatsoever. And who's that bloody mute standing next to you, looking like he needs permission to speak? And why is he giving you the finger?
Would you please fuck off?
Hello? Hello, Chrome Dome, is that you?
What do you want, Ginger?
I was wondering if Uncle Charlie... my dad was going to invite myself and Meg round for Christmas dinner this year.
For fuck's sake, Rusty Sack, you've got more front than Blackpool.
Fuck off, Baldy. Why? Just because I brought shame upon the family, it's full of pedos and everything anyway. I bet Uncle fucking Andy will be having Christmas dinner.
Shut your mouth, fucking Ginger Ninja. He was told to never talk about that.
Fuck off. I bet Uncle Charlie's bestie, Jimmy Savile, would have been more welcome than me and Meg. I've had enough of this shite.
Yeah, you're right. With good reason, too.
What the fuck? Have you heard yourself, knucklehead?
Hey, Copper Dick, shut your mouth a minute. Just let my dad have a word with you.
All right.
I'll put him on now.
Are you there, you ginger bastard?
I am, yes. Hi, by the way.
Let me tell you something you already know, you little ginger fucker. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows, despite your privilege. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how ginger you are, I will get the Royal Guard to beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you don't stop your antics, you little ginger bastard. You, me, not even Chrome Dome or Kate are going to hit as hard as the Royal Guard. But it ain't about how hard you hit Rusty Bollocks. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done, you fucking loser.
So does that mean I can come round for Christmas dinner?
No, on the contrary, fuck off.
Very much. People say I'm trying to discredit her because she's a confident woman of colour. It's not about that. More that she was a compulsive fantasist, liar and attention seeker, really. And I've forgotten the best one. Thanks to Jack49 for pointing it out to me. This is a cracker.
And it's not the pilot, but whoever's sort of overseeing the crew. And he came and he knelt next to my seat and he took his hat off. And I just remember looking at him, he goes, "We appreciate everything you did for our country."
Thank you for everything you've done. What's she done? Ripped the whole family apart for one.
One of our security guards who had been with H for so long, these guys were so wonderful. I just collapsed in his arms crying. I was like, I tried so hard. He goes, I know you did. I know you did, ma'am. I know you did.
I collapsed in his arms. I know, ma'am. I know. What a load of shit.
Like, I tried so hard.
The dramatic music, the close-ups. I'm pretty sure she probably took about 5 or 6 takes to get it right.
And it was the first time that I felt like someone saw the sacrifice, and it still wasn't good enough.
Tell you this now, if you watch that and you believe it, you got problems. And if you watch that and you think, oh, that's a strong, caring role model of a woman, you've really got to have a good look at yourself, because that is an absolute joke.
I was on the plane to Canada, and a guy comes from the cockpit and he knelt down beside me and he took his hat off. And it wasn't the pilot, because I think like a pilot has to fly the plane, but he said to me, "Thank you for everything you have done for our country." And it was like the first time that someone saw the sacrifice I had made. You know that this is not my country. And yet I gave up everything in my country, my briefcase job, showing my tits and my teeth, my dead-end trailer park lifestyle, my non-relationship with my own father, and I came over to this little country and married a prince. I got a big-ass royal wedding without doing any royal duties, and I got a big-ass royal profile, and I even got a text message from Beyonce. And for that sacrifice, I got a $100 million Netflix contract. But that was my sacrifice, like being in the trenches in World War I. And no one was there to capture the sacrifice that I made. And cut. Okay, fine.
So, and he took his hat off. And I just remember looking at him, he goes,
"Thank you, Miss Megaturd, but we can't have you here with normal people, you narcissistic bastard. Could you please go down into the hold where we will keep you comfortable with the other animals, livestock and horses. Thank you for flying with us."
And he knelt.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I wanted to do 3 different comedians, kind of, you know what I mean? And the last guy is hilarious. I'll have more of him too. Okay. Online bits and bobs, blinds, and it's just Aco's water cooler gossip. Yay. So I found this tiny little article about, of course, the bumps. So I put pictures everywhere so that you can check it out while I read. It's Meghan Markle's pregnancy. Was it real or fake? Meghan Markle's pregnancy was one of the most talked about events in the media. Really, social media maybe. However, many people believe that it was all a fake. Oh, okay, I understand what you're saying. Well, sorry about that. I don't edit, guys, so that's staying in there. Oh my goodness. Okay, but this was really cool to read. Jane Smith, who does voluntary work at the Mayhew, said she was over an hour late and only stayed for 40 minutes. This was me again. None of us could believe the loud noise her fake, look, she's actually saying this, her fake bunk made when she stood up after crouching down. Wow. It was a very audible boom, and I noticed a look at a bump and stroke the bump as if nothing had happened. Do you notice she's not saying her name? She says, I noticed a look at a bump and a stroke the bump. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're talking though. Loving that. Lady B also commented, I think they meant Lady C. I'm sorry, but every time that I was pregnant, well, no, maybe not, because she wasn't. So it must have been her. I apologize. There was no way my baby belly would compress so that I could squat or bend like that. Exactly. But why would anyone fake a pregnancy? The Sussexes could have simply announced they hired a surrogate, right? Actually, no. If they wanted their child to be in the line of succession to the British throne, they couldn't hire a surrogate. According to British law, the surrogate is the legal mother of the child. Thus, the baby was not born within the marriage, and only children born within a royal marriage can be in the line of succession. Plus, the rules state that babies have to be born naturally and by the royals' bodies. If Meghan didn't carry the babies, the kids cannot be styled His or Her Royal Highness or get princely titles either. So that could have given them a reason to fake a pregnancy. So how would a person do that? The same way that they're faked in movies. The mother-to-be wears a silicone or foam bump that can be bought on Amazon and other online stores. The Sussex baby was expected in April, but April came and went without a baby. Then, at about 2 p.m. on May 6th, the palace announced the happy news. Meghan had entered labor in the early hours of the morning, and almost 4 years later, Harry discussed in his memoirs that 2 hours after giving birth, Meghan was back home in Windsor. It's a short distance of around 27 miles between London and Windsor. They made the trip by car, according to Harry. That's a 50-minute drive. It means Meghan left the hospital 1 hour after giving birth, whereas mothers usually stay in hospital for 24 hours or more just to make sure that everything's going well. In conclusion, the debate regarding Meghan Markle's pregnancies continues. I love that they are saying this, you guys. This is fantastic, I think. So this was a picture I hadn't seen before. It says, I wonder what conversation was going on here. Is Markle trying to grab the other lady's bag as she looks upset and distressed? Was Harry's friend asking why M gate crashed the Inskip wedding? M looks furious, and Harry appears to be utterly defeated. What do you think? I'd love to see the look on her face, because that would tell us a lot now, wouldn't it? And why are her hands on that woman's bag? It's very weird. Another photo I hadn't seen before. What happened to Megan's glasses? She had glasses as a kid. Huh. She still has a lazy eye. You can see it, and once you know, you'll never unsee it. Notice at their wedding, she looks a bit bug-eyed. That lazy is now spread absolutely everything about her and her character. In fact, one might go so far as to say Rachel should be thankful that breathing is automatic, because if she was required to put in 1 ounce of that thought or effort, she would suffocate. Lazy. Right? Oh my God. Okay, so blind items. So this is the newest one, guys. It was yesterday. From what I understand, at least 2 of the 50 had their labels fall off, which is why they couldn't post anything to social media. At least 1 of the 50 was returned because they didn't want to post anything and were not asked in advance and were being pressured to post about something they didn't want to do. They tried to get an address to return it and nobody was getting back to them or taking their call. So they just sent it to the agent's office where it sat on some rando's desk for several days. Oh my God. Comment time. Someone says, I read Kevin Costner returned the jam. Haha, he hates you, me again. I read that Adele returned hers too. I'm surprised about that, actually. Weren't Harry and her laughing or hanging out for a while once the Harkles moved to CA? The rumors, as I recall, were that Harry hung out, not TW, getting drunk together. I remember those rumors. So then they posted the site that they saw that on. And it says, Adele and Kevin Costner returned Megan's jam, rejecting the gift. So I don't know if it's true or not. It's alleged. Anyway, someone says, do you think MM is making more frenemies or enemies than friends with this PR stunt? Tarot by Andy and Tarot Time with Andy, maybe more like they pity her. Oh, that's what they were talking to her. More like they pity her. Then they have this pic says it all. It does. I would never usually recommend this, but visiting Tegan's IG to see the stupid video about the stupid gem is so stupid. The words are reversed on the label. She's cooking bacon. It's a real shit show. I saw the still shot of the skillet head sampling her freebie, strawberry jam from the grifter in the Daily Mail. So that's brie running down her chin? What an oink. Chrissy knows how to use it to her advantage. Is that her own brand of nonstick skillet in the clip? If you scroll down, you will see that her cake mixes that are said to be very good are there. Chrissy is a genius compared to Markle. The first photo I saw with the stupid lemons really confused me. I assumed it must somehow be lemon flavored or something. Never mind that the lemons are either gigantic, the size of oranges, or the jam is in teeny jars. I said this is an immediate PR advertising fail. There's no coherence. A casual viewer had literally no clue that jam was strawberry. It isn't even a reddish hue, at least. Sugars Online immediately acted like shits. Oh, you think Megan had any control over how any influencer stages their gift? And then every damn last one of these photos are with the stupid lemons. And yes, she apparently has a whole list of instructions on how to stage them this way. What a damn control freak. And how is it even possible being this bad at pitching your product? Oh my God. Someone said I still think she'd have more luck at the local Costco. The woman was married into the British royal family and sent aspirational baskets to Kris Jenner and Chrissy Teigen. She's a clueless twit. She's learned nothing from decades of exposure to beauty, taste, and reality. Because everything is about, look at me. She has seen nothing. Someone said, this really seems like a huge troll. It's really hard to believe she could be this utterly stupid, especially when money has to be running short and there's absolutely no room for errors and sloppiness of this kind. On the other hand, you have to wonder who's funding all these incessant PR stories and why. We think the money's running short, but they still seem to have lots of money, and remember, they're always angling for freebies. Did you see the video where Harry, with a chest full of participating medals he got from his grandmother, gave a U.S. veteran an award? Rumors are the charity which gives out these awards paid him $250,000 for that video. Oh my God. No. This is funny because this is before they got married, you guys. This B-list, mostly television actress on a very long-running cable show is in danger of losing that A++ list boyfriend. Apparently, one time she yachted for a best friend of the A++ lister. The man who paid her for the yachting had no idea she is the girlfriend of the A++ lister and thought the A++ lister wanted to hire the actors for yachting purposes. Awkward. MM and PH, I just wrote baha. I don't have a date on this one, but it's pretty hilarious. One of Meghan Markle's closest friends created a voice memo complaining about one of her habits. She intended to send it to a mutual friend. Instead, she accidentally sent it to Markle herself. Whoops. The awkward incident allegedly soured the pair's relationship, forcing the Duchess and her friend to drift apart. Drift apart? Lots of people seem to drift apart from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The person who conducted the heinous crime of critiquing Meghan Markle's excessive use of emojis? She's out. Their friendship seems to be over. And someone I put on there, they wrote, other people have been markled. The entire UK, the Commonwealth, Britain since 1805, the royal fam, the other royal fam, the Union flag, fish and chips, tree trolleys, and scones. Oh, God. So this one was February 15th, 23. The illiterate one and her husband have spent multiple nights apart from each other in the past for a few weeks, and it isn't a work-related separation. No shit, Sherlock. So you're going to see why I like going into these older ones, guys, because, man, do you ever find out stuff? Okay. What a gruesome twosome. The end will be cloaked in secrecy and lies. Hopefully the divorce will bring out real facts and blow their facades sky high. What a delight that will be. And who gets the kids? How dirty will Harry go? The photos I saw prove Meghan and Harry used a donor egg. 2 blue-eyed and red-eyed kids. What are the chances? Someone says he has blue eyes and red hair and she's got plenty of Caucasian in her DNA, so pretty good, I guess. She chose the wrong guy to have kids with, as those are the real meal ticket. Only look to Fergie to see how little financial support the royals give to ex-wives as spares. She's getting above the age where it is easy to get that pregnant, although she does seem like the most fertile 40-year-old who's ever lived. Listen to this. A year ago, her sister, Samantha Markle, said in an interview that Meghan is actually 45 and she had proof of birth certificate. Not sure how true, but it would explain a lot of things. Wow. So somebody actually saw an interview where Samantha Markle said she had a birth certificate. She was 45. Well, isn't that interesting? If you look at the photo of Megs with her classmates aged about 10, she looks like a giant next to them when she's actually quite small as an adult. So I can totally believe she's older than purported. Someone said, very true, narcissists don't leave relationships until they line up another victim. Could be why she has been seen visiting old man Gordon Getty, aged 89, at the Beverly Hills Hotel a few times. I've heard that too. However, his daughter-in-law publicly despises Meghan from the looks of her IG posts. Either she's trying to land that whale or run for a political office in CA since Getty controls CA. After her toxic political behavior, I can't imagine anyone could consider putting up with that. So this is it, guys. Same. No kid deserves that situation. I'm sure the dolls will be fine and the actors will well paid for their service. Then someone put on a reborn doll. They're individually crafted, costing as much as $20,000. Oh my God. 20 grand. Wow. All right, guys. Well, this was just a fun short video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to put on some very hilarious commercials. I got a Sam, and then I have one from that other fella. He's hilarious, so we're going to check him out again. Anyways, I hope you have a great Sunday, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.
It's incredible. Yeah.
And then just tell them I think Of course I fucking took it off. I mean, come on, a 22-carat baguette cut diamond just simply wasn't big enough for me. For fuck's sake, looks like he bought it at some cunt boot sale. No, I prefer platinum to white gold anyway. I don't care if it was his mother's. It's fucking horrible. Tell you what I did, Doria, she fenced it through some contact she had in LA. Yeah, I got something much more pretentious, much more me.
He designed
Teach gift wrapping classes there.
Absolute fucking useless.
Confirmed reports have suggested that your legal team are combing through the details of your lampooning on South Park to see if anything more sinister can be levelled against the creators. I love the smell of lawsuits in the morning. Look, I refuse to be mocked, okay? I refuse to be mocked. Especially by a couple of juvenile 50-somethings who do silly voices, you know? Worldwide privacy tour. Yes, but you must concede that doing a worldwide media tour to demand privacy is such a stark and hilarious contradiction that it's rife for parody, you know? I mean, it almost writes itself. But I'm not a fan of parody, actually. You know, I think it's rude and cruel and mean and intellectually inferior. Idiot. But I thought you decided, Harry, that the South Park parody was quite funny, actually, and that the best way to deal with the ensuing ridicule was to laugh along with it. I mean, you two did bring this on yourselves. I don't even know what that means. Oh, it means that we were asking for this with our petulant and whingy behaviour. Well, thank you for explaining that to me, Harry. Yeah, well, actually, I decided that it wasn't funny at all, actually, on further inspection, and that calling me Prince of Canada was insulting and cruel and entirely unamazing. Right, okay, and why did you come to this sudden realisation? Well, it was after a chat with Megan, actually. Shocker. She'd just given me my phone back with increased screen time limits, so, I was in a really good mood, so I was, receptive to her reception. Receptive to my deception. You said it, Megan. Yeah, so basically Megan taught me and showed me how to think more clearly about this whole situation. And that's when I realised it wasn't funny and it wasn't a joke at all. That's right. Yeah, and then Megan actually convinced me that we might be able to make some moolah out of this. So that's when I actually, realised that it was really offensive and not funny at all. And I was really emotionally scarred. And that's when we sent our lawyers out, right, into action? They were unleashed onto the streets like rats during the plague. A host of... Well, actually, what is the collective noun for lawyers? It's an infection of lawyers, I think. Actually, it's a pandemic of lawyers. Oh, even better. So anyway, our pandemic are looking over all the insults thrown at us to see if, there's anything that can be used as the basis for a legal complaint. Yes, Megan, but do you think it's a good idea, a sensible policy to endlessly complain and whinge about being subject to criticism and parody? As someone recently said, you're acting like a pair of entitled woke dictators. Right, who said that? Who said that? We'll sue. You don't have the right to not be made fun of. You don't have the right to not be offended. So can't you just laugh along at the gentle mocking and be done with it?
Nope.
Charles said that little bit can't be a proper princess.
Yeah. How did she get her name, by the way?
When I saw the clipboard, man, I was singing Gina G, but I couldn't remember all the words, could I? Ooh, ah, little bit. Ooh, ah, little bit. Harry.